So we are going to go over the simple way to keep track of all your meal plans. Now, if you're like me, I really love writing my meal plans down with pen and paper. And so I have an option for that, and I'll leave a link in the description box below for my monthly and weekly meal planner printables. But in the meantime, what I usually do is I'll go over here to Pinterest and I will collect all the things that I would like for that month in a actual, a whole category just for that month. As you see here, February meal plan. And then what I do is I'll collect all the recipes I want to make in one spot, which is really helpful even for next year. I usually crave the same things, seasonally. So this will be an easy way for me to plan next February's meals pretty quickly and easily as well. And so this is where I keep everything organized. I'll link also in the description box below a entire blog post I have just about how to organize your meals like this, because it's so much easier to find, especially when they're from all different websites. So as you see here, we've got all of our snacks and breakfast recipes that I love to use. And so I will use my monthly meal planner printable, and I will go through and kind of just jot down each week what I want for breakfast, lunches, and dinners. And this step isn't necessary, but I just like seeing it grouped like that, and I like writing it down. Then what I do, and you can easily skip that step and just immediately place it in here, as you'll see. So what you can do is you'll go over here and you'll add the plus sign. So you'll go in and you'll create a Google account if you don't already have one. Then you'll head to Google Calendar. What you'll see is it'll already have. So what you'll do once you're in the calendar view is you're going to go over here. You're going to scroll down to kind of where it says other calendars, and you're going to select add calendars, and you're going to go over here and create new calendar. When you create a new calendar, you can do, some people just do one calendar specifically just for meals, and it'll just, you can just call it meal plan. And you can put a description in if you'd like, you can put the owner, and then you create the calendar. Now, I like seeing things color-coded, just makes my life easier. So what I've done over here, you'll see, I use some cute emojis to differentiate them so I don't necessarily even have to look at the name. I can see, okay, taco, that's dinner menu, lunch menu, breakfast menu, and then a snacks and dessert menu. The reason I did this is when you go and look at the whole calendar, they're color-coded, which is really nifty. It also makes it easy for me to go in and enter and know what I'm having for lunch and what I'm having for dinner. Because oftentimes we will have leftovers for our lunch. So they'll say the same thing, and this will help differentiate for me. I know that my yellows are breakfast, my blues are lunch, my reds are dinner. So as I look at it, I can easily, in a blink, tell what we're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I do wish that they were actually in order, but that's not something I've figured out yet. And moving them here doesn't do anything. So at least color coding, you can tell at a quick glance what you're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So as you can see, I've already added almost 2 weeks worth of meals. But what I'm going to do is if I will just want to focus on dinner, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to uncheck those other calendars. And so now all I see, I think tasks are, let me uncheck tasks. So all you see is the dinner menu. So what I've been doing is I've just been, to keep it from being overwhelming, I've been doing one meal at a time. So I will go through and I'm going to plan the whole month of breakfasts. So for example, this breakfast, and this is my favorite part, which is why I'm trying to force myself to go digital, is that you can simply drag and drop, which I love because I change my mind a lot. Some days I'll think, I'm going to have pancakes, but we end up having Pop-Tarts. Well, if that's the case, all I have to do is click and drag, and then bam, it's now, reorganized. And I do really enjoy that because I do change my mind a lot. So writing it down, specifying it to certain days never works for me because we always you know, things come up, we end up going out to eat or we're gone for that meal. And so then we don't end up using that meal. So then what I can do is I can simply replace it somewhere else. What'll also be nice is you can essentially copy this whole menu and apply it to a new month later if you kind of have the same breakfast every day or if you use the same recipes. Something else I want to show you is that when you do create it, look at that, bam, you can add the link. So all you have to do is select it and now you have your recipe. So when you are ready to make it, you don't have to go back into Pinterest and hunt it down, which is really, really, really nifty. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to come over here. We've got the breakfast menus up. Let's say, go over to Pinterest and I'm going to pick something that I would like us to have for breakfast. Let's say, let's say we want to do freezer-friendly French toast sticks, which I think one is not gluten-free, but I just use my own bread. Maybe we'll do this. Krispy Kreme gluten-free donuts. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to open up the browser recipe, and then I'm up here and I'm just going to copy it. Then I'm going to come to my calendar. There's two ways you can do this. You can select create, and you'll see down here that it will automatically put it in the breakfast menu category because that's the one you have open. If you wanted to change that, all you have to do is click it, and then you can go through and select what menu you want it to be for, which is also nice. You can also change the color if you don't want this one to be the same color as all the others, or if you just want all your breakfasts to be a different color, you can simply go in and change that. Okay, so you can add the link here, and that way you don't have to go searching for it later, and you can just type in whatever you'd like, you know, donuts. I think I spelled that wrong. Nope, I think that's right. Okay, so, and you can specify date and time. You really don't have to. I usually will just put it as an all-day event so that I don't have to do time specific. And then what's nice is you can drag it and drop it wherever you want. So it may create it on the 1st, but you can drag it over here to the 19th if you'd like. Another way that's really easy that I usually prefer if I'm doing a whole month like this is you will just click the day. So let's say I want a meal plan for the 20th. So you just click that day and it will open it up and say I want to do pancakes. Actually, we already have pancakes. Let's say we want to do waffles. So then we're going to come over here. We're going to say, okay, it is on the breakfast menu. Perfect. And then I want a description. So I'm going to come over here. We'll exit out of this. We'll head back. We'll find a waffle recipe that I know I like, which will be under this. All of the recipes under here I've already tried and I like. So we're going to go and right click this link. We're going to head back over and we're going to paste it. So you can see how quick that was. And now I have my recipe ready to go whenever I'm ready. And now there you go, waffles. When you select it, the link's going to be right here. My favorite part is that you can access this from your computer, your tablet, your phone, because it is Google Calendar, which is really nice. So you can access it from wherever you're at. Usually I'm on my phone, in the kitchen when I'm cooking. So it's nice that I can do this on my computer and then turn around and be able to utilize it and access it from my phone. And there you go. There's your recipe. It's pulled up. And what's nice about that is every time you go to make a meal, you don't have to go searching for Pinterest now to find that recipe. And here's another neat trick. Let's say I do want to have pancakes on the 21st. Rather than creating a whole new meal menu, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to click it. I'm going to come to this little options button and I'm going to click duplicate. Now I have a whole second one and it has the link already in it. So I'm just going to click save and then all I have to do is click and drag. And now this one's ready to go. It's got the link in it for the pancakes. So that's a super easy, quick way to make use of what the work you've already put in, you know, because we tend to rotate through our breakfast. So this breakfast menu will be utilized many times over for the next few months because we kind of do the same breakfast, give or take. Usually it's some form of oatmeal, pancakes, waffles, yogurt, things like that. So that's basically the overview. What I like also about having separate menus is that I can toggle them on and off. Whereas if you just did one whole meal plan for the same thing, you would have to look at this the whole time, which is sometimes overwhelming, especially when you're meal planning. So what I like about this is that I'm able to toggle them on and off individually. So if I just want to meal plan my dinners, then I can come in here and let's say we're going to do spaghetti. I can make sure it's on the dinner menu, and that's it. You know, and now I just have to do, I can just focus on dinners. I can easily see what dinners I need to plan here for the month and what ones I've already planned. Then when I'm ready, I can toggle that off and I can turn on lunches and say, okay, I need to make lunches for these next 2 weeks. And the same goes for snacks and desserts. It's just nice to be able to toggle them on and off. It makes a cleaner screen and less overwhelming. And then when you are ready to see what you're having for that week or for that day, you can then turn them all back on and you can see, okay, today we're going to have runzas for lunch or for dinner. We're going to have spinach, muffins, and yogurt for lunch and then or for breakfast. And then we're going to have chicken nuggets for lunch. You know, it's easy to see what you're going to have. But it's just nice to be able to then turn it on and off as well. Another thing I want to show you guys real quick before I'm finished with this tutorial is I'm going to show you a really nifty trick, especially when you're making things from scratch like I am, or if you have frozen ingredients like meat that you need to have available for your dinner later in the month. So let's say that today's the 3rd. Let's say that I need to thaw meat for this spaghetti. So what's really neat about this Google Calendar setup is that I can head over here to tasks, select it, and go add a task. When I go to add that task, I can type in whatever it is that I would like to get done. So let's say defrost meat for spaghetti. And then you can go over here and you can choose a date and time. So we know that spaghetti's happening on Monday. So you could do Sunday or Saturday. Sometimes it takes a whole day. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the 8th. And I'm going to say maybe like 4 p.m. I'm going to defrost it. What's nice is now this will show up and you can also set a reminder. So when I select tasks, you will see I already have make tortillas and make tortillas with a reminder on Saturday for the enchiladas that we're going to be having for dinner. So that will remind me in the morning to make the tortillas for those, as well as defrost meal at 4 p.m. Isn't that nice? So you can have an alarm and it will automatically let you know all your meal prep stuff that you need to do in advance. So you can get this all done in a day, get your whole month planned out, and have all these reminders included, and you can toggle them on and off so you can see them or not see them, which is really, really, really nice. So I think that's all I've got for you guys today. This is how I have started meal planning, and I will never look back. I love it so much. It doesn't fully replace the paper, which is why I use both. I love writing my thoughts down as what we're going to have, and then transferring it onto here, especially because I can have my recipes ready to go with just a click of a link instead of having to regularly go to Pinterest or different blogs to find it. So I kind of use them in conjunction. I use my paper for my initial planning, and then I go and I enter it in and assign it to specific days. And then I kind of use that to think out what we're going to have for leftovers as well. So I kind of mix it up. So I'll do a runza for dinner, and then I copied it, duplicated it, and moved it to the lunch menu a day later so that we're not having it 2 days in a row. So we're going to have the leftover runzas on Wednesday for lunch. We're going to have calzones for dinner on Tuesday. Then we're going to have the leftover calzones on Thursday for lunch. Do you see how I did that? And then we're going to have empanadas for dinner on Thursday, and then we're going to have it for lunch on Friday. So I just wanted to mix it up a bit. And this makes it so much simpler because you can just drag and drop, which is really, really nice. You can just kind of mix it up as you go. So this is what I use. What do you guys use for meal planning? Leave all your comments and let me know what you guys use and what works for you and what you struggle with so that maybe I can help you guys out. Let me know if there's anything you're interested in me showing you guys how to do, especially when it comes to meal planning. This is something that I really, really started loving, especially because I can also always know what's for dinner, even if I'm out of the house. Because the paper meal planning is nice, especially for my kids. They can look and see what's for dinner. But it's nice to be out of the house and be able to say, oh, okay, that's what we're having for dinner, because you can pull it up on your phone. So it's a very nifty little feature that I've really, really started to love. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope this helped you guys. I hope this will help you in your meal planning quest. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.